Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to any new subscribers. If you're new here, I hope you stay for a good long while. Bring a friend with you next time. This is going to be short and simple, and I just have to just blurt it out there. Be careful when you take on city government or when you take on local government. You cannot win against City Hall. So here's a quick, short version of what I'd like to share. My neighbors, my neighbors, I love my neighbors so much, but on our street, we have, of course, street sweeping every week, like most towns here in America. I don't know where you are when you're watching this, but welcome. In America, almost every local town has a city hall street sweeping, and ours on my street is Thursday on one side, Friday on the next side. Almost 90% of the time on the Thursday side, even if you're parked there, you don't get a ticket. Almost 90% of the time. On the Thursday side, if you park there, you won't get a ticket. The opposite is true on the Friday. Almost 90% of the time, if you park there, you will get a ticket. Now, this has been going on for years, years. All of us neighbors have noted that, not just on my street, but in my entire zip code, we have noticed that. And on more than occasion now, I do try to, try to somewhat stay involved. And when we have like neighborhood watch meetings and things like that, I try to attend just to keep your girl engaged. That topic has come up, and the response has always been just don't park there during parking. It's only 2 hours, only a 2 hour window. You from I think it's 8 to 10, don't park there. So I never had a problem with it because I always park in my carport or I park in my garage. So I never really street park. Oh, it kept coming up, it kept coming up, it kept coming up. Until finally my one neighbor who just, I guess just has to have things his way. He said, let's take on City Hall. And I said, for what? What are we taking City Hall for? Just parking your car for it. It's like, no, Sheri, don't you think it's something wrong with every time on Thursday no one gets tickets, but on Friday they do? And I said, I guess I haven't given it that much thought. No, I don't know. So lo and behold, he ended up getting a ticket on that Friday. Now, I happened to be out that day, out in the front when I saw them, and I saw his car there. So I did the neighborly, I did the neighborly. I was banging on his door, hey, they come. Oh, wake up, here they come, here they come. And he didn't respond quick enough. He responded at the time the parking attendant arrived, and she was getting out of the car to give him a ticket. He decided to have a conversation with her, and he went on to tell her, you don't give tickets on Thursday night. And I said to him, that's not her job. I mean, she's just doing her job. She doesn't know. I'm not thinking to myself, why are you giving her a hard time? And so she wouldn't back down and she gave him the ticket because he was getting some kind of way about this ticket. So he decides now he's going to act upon taking on City Hall about why is it on Thursday no tickets 90% of the time, but on Friday there are tickets 90% of the time. What's the deal? He takes on City Hall and they actually hear him. You know, when you go to the City Hall meeting, you can put your name, you want to speak. He actually did that. Now I love him. We exchanged birthday gifts and Christmas gifts. I'm not talking about him. I'm telling you exactly what happened. Lo and behold, they end up saying just what I said. Just don't park there. What do you want us to do? He went on and on as to why he needed an explanation as to why on one side they're always ticketing, but on the other side they never do. And at the end of the day, it didn't matter. Just don't park there. So I know this sounds like, what's the point? The point of it is sometimes we can make such a big deal out of a thing that all we have to do is that 2 hour window, just don't park there. You don't have to make a thing out of it. You don't need an explanation out of it. And I think the reason I'm finally, because I've always wanted to do this post, but I guess the reason I'm finally moving forward with it is I was shopping last week and a lady wanted to use the fitting room and they had like a maximum number you could take in, like 6. And she says, well, I have 8. And I'm thinking, the sign says 6. She's telling you 6. And she went on to say, can I take it? I don't want to come back out, put my clothes back on. So I just have 8. And the attendant said, no, but the maximum is 6. And she went on and on about that. So it's the inability to accept an answer that's not the answer you want. And she said, can't you make an exception? I'm thinking to myself, an exception to the fitting room? This is just probably a young college kid, I shouldn't say girl, a young college kid. She doesn't give a care, but it says 6 items. Why don't you just try on 3 of them and take 2, or you swap out or whatever? Why are you questioning it? And why are you asking her to make an exception? All of this kind of thing where we must insist on getting things our way and not stopping until we do. Well, this is nonsense. And so just like my neighbor friend had to do, he ended up having to pay that ticket. And then he refused to pay the ticket, and it kept growing and growing. Just accept your answer. The answer is no, or the answer is just be compliant, be obedient, just follow the rules. And is this really worth all that effort? Because effort is energy, and God knows I don't waste energy. Okay? If you've gotten this far, please click like, please click subscribe, and don't battle over small stuff, and it's all small stuff, okay? Don't lose your sleep over things that don't matter, and all of it doesn't matter. Have a wonderful, peaceful life. I love you. If you've gotten this far, please click like, please click subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.